the Kings.
From Oakville to American Bandstand with Dick Clark. The Kings formed in 1977 and 3 years later released this song. This beat goes on, Switchin' the Glide. It became a huge hit in North America and has recently received gold status for the single, platinum status for the album, We Are the Kings. And we are joined by one of those Kings, Dave Diamond.
That's
Good
me.
morning.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks so much for joining us. That video, we'll roll some more of it too, because it starts off with your Dick Clark appearance on American Bandstand. So the track is the hit song, but we see various incarnations over the years of you guys playing it in that video. Who put all that together?
Well, Zero he's a brilliant editor, and we picked out 42 different sources for that video of all kinds of, from TV appearances, from live shows, and with various types of camera work and edited. And because the song is exactly the same every time we play it, we got to put many, like 30 years worth of live gigs together and to edit it all together. And
All
it's
synced
an
up
amazing
perfectly.
video.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, because we never did do a live or a video of it back in the old day, because it was just before MTV and all that kind of stuff
Right.
started.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
let's
don't
talk
have
about-
the tons of hair and stuff.
Well, let's talk about American Bandstand, because that is so iconic, and that must be one heck of a pinch me moment when you guys are sitting there with Dick Clark. Tell me about that.
It was like surreal, really. It was unbelievable. Like, we act like a bunch of dumb kids from the sticks when we were doing the interview with him, because he's just such an icon. I remember we were sitting in the dressing room getting our makeup put on before the show, and Dick Clark came in and sat down beside, like, you know, they have multiple chairs. I remember looking in the mirror and looking at me and Zero as we're getting our powdered up. And he started asking us just a few questions about, you know, how things were in Toronto and this and that. It turned out that was the pre-interview for the TV show, because we go out there, he asked the exact same questions as he did when we were just sitting close side by side, which is a great idea. I'm sure it must be a tactic he come up with years ago, you know. But just getting up there and playing with the kids in the audience, it was great.
Oh,
was
and you had
awesome.
some amazing gigs, because it was a big hit in New York and Los Angeles. You played the Whiskey A Go-Go as well. I want to talk about how it became a hit, though, because that's an amazing story. Toronto recording studio, you guys were just doing an independent record. What happened?
We were in at Nimbus 9 in Toronto, which Bob Ezrin, the famous worldwide famous producer.
Guess who? Alice Cooper, Pink Floyd.
Oh, all kinds of stuff in there. Anyway, he had just finished doing Pink Floyd in England. Bob lived in Toronto at the time. Came back to Toronto to visit his friends at Nimbus 9 studio, and he heard this independent band in the studio working, struggling to get an album out with every last penny they had. And he heard through the wall, basically, this beat goes on, Switchin' the Glide song, and he knocked on the studio door. He's, what is this? What's going on in here? This is good. There's something different going on here, you know. Took it home to the kids to have a listen. He came back the next day, let's do something. Just like that. Boom. On the paper, down to Elektra Records, and that was it. That was actually exactly how it happened.
And your lives changed overnight.
Overnight, yeah. It was amazing. We played all over the States. We played with the big Heatwave Festival in Toronto at Moseport in the late 80s there. That was with Elvis Costello, The Pretenders, B-52s, Talking Heads. Then we went down to the state, opened up for Jeff Beck, the Beach Boys. We played with the Beach Boys at Kingswood, Eric Clapton. Oh, it goes on. It's been amazing.
In the rock stratosphere, for sure. Now, you guys own the song. You took ownership a few years back, right?
We had to buy it back from, we bought the publishing back from Elektra Records. They own the original recording, but as all artists are doing these days, they're buying back the rights to the song and then re-recording it like Taylor Swift just did with her new album.
You're going to go all Taylor Swift and re-record it?
We're going Taylor Swift all the way, I'll tell you, bud. David Swift.
But you guys actually, and you know, the pandemic has put a kibosh on things, but you guys were very active up before COVID. But there's still new music and stuff that you're putting out there on your website.
We have done quite a bit in this past year and a bit, and we've got exciting news at thekingsarehere.com. The Kings Are Here Facebook page, YouTube page, everything.
Okay. Well, you know, darn it, I knew we were going to run out of time, but we'll put all those links. We'll put those links at chch.com so fans can buy your music and keep the Kings going.
Keep the Kings going. Hey, everybody. Hey.
Thank you, Dave Diamond.
See you later, Bob. We'll get together and jam, okay?
All righty.